Hello, happy Monday, everybody. My name's Elise, and welcome to my tea table. I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. I sure did. Bitcoin and I went on a little road trip to the Bay Area, and on our way, we stopped through Yosemite area. Hey, Nick, what's up? Woo, woo, what's up? What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Bitcoin and are back. We got back yesterday. We decided to come back early. We were going to stop for some meetings along the coast coming down California, back to Vegas. But I was a little tired and I felt pretty satisfied with the meetings that I had in the Bay Area. So came back yesterday and back in the office again. I hope everybody had a very good weekend and looking forward to a good weekend ahead. Bitcoin, what's up, boy? So today is Monday. I always do a Dignified hospitality segment on Mondays. So as usual, I will be talking about the hospitality industry. There was some news over the past week or so that came out regarding the hospitality industry, regarding something actually that I've been addressing a lot here in this series, which is the government assistance for the industry during this time of struggle during the pandemic. Although it looks like, there's going to be some natural recovery going on in the industry just because we're starting to open back up. The pandemic numbers. Okay, Bitcoin wants to come up and say hello to you all. The pandemic numbers seem to be doing better for us now, so we should be seeing more people going out to dine out, enjoy hospitality. So we should see some recovery in the industry. But the industry has been advocating for and lobbying for... Bitcoin, you want to sit up here? He knows this is where the treats are. Have a seat. Sit down. Be a good boy. Be a good boy, Bitcoin. Be a good boy. The restaurant industry has been lobbying with Congress and Senate to pass some legislation to provide financial assistance to the industry, which has been struggling. Now, there have been several other, financial assistance programs that have, come through over the past year. The payroll protection and all of those things, did help the hospitality industry, and not to even mention the boost in unemployment, which, several employees... Hey! You tried to go for it, didn't you? Our special heart-shaped chicharron, Bitcoin, almost ate it. Can you believe that? He almost ate it. No, Bitcoin, this is special. It's sacred. You have so many other chicharron here. There's so many others. Let me just set up this scene. I completely forgot about this scene, and let's see. Turn this one off. Turn this one off. And this one. Thank you for your patience, guys. Looks like we should be ready to go. I'm gonna drink some tea first, and I'm actually not gonna be on for very long. I'm just coming on here to say hello. I missed you guys, so I wanted to come back and see how everybody's doing, share a little bit of information about what's been going on for the hospitality industry. So yeah, last week, our little stimulus was voted upon and was signed by our president. Most of us think of the stimulus personally, because that's direct money that's going to be coming into accounts, but there are some other parts of the bill that will be affecting businesses, specifically the hospitality industry, which is good. The industry has been lobbying and finding more relief. And so I found an article today in the Washington Post I would share with you. We'll quickly go over it, look at what's in there for the industry and what it means. And if you are a business owner in the restaurant industry, a relief could be on its way to you. Bitcoin is not interested in the tea brewing going on here. Today I'm playing the same playlist that I had put together last week during the same segment for International Women's Day. So these are all female composers, all from the 18th and 19th century. Nice, calming, good music for us to enjoy on Bitcoin. I'm going to be drinking some pu'er tea today. And this is Chunjian Sheng Pu'er. Sheng Pu'er is, of course, the raw pu'er. This is from spring of 2012, so we got some age on here, almost 10 years age. Let's take a look. Still in the tin. Gonna be a beautiful tea. So I've already primed all of the wares with the warm water. What do you think you're doing, Bitcoin? I'm just casually brewing this tea for myself, so I'm not measuring anything. If you like to measure at home when you're brewing, you are welcome to do that. You are welcome to brew the tea any way that you find fit, as long as you believe that it is going to help you brew the best cup of tea possible. Does Bitcoin deserve a treat? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Bitcoin will get the treat if you guys vote for it. You know, we do have some folks here. We do have some good friends of Bitcoin. He wants to know, does he deserve a treat? Does Bitcoin deserve a treat? Clean that is. So clean. Even though it's got 10 years aging on it. Granted, most of that aging happened right here in the desert in Las Vegas, so it would be very prolonged dry aging. Such a beautiful, beautiful clean color to it. Are you wondering who I'm talking to? Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to teach you all the things about tea. I'll get my second infusion going now, but I'll go ahead and move on to the reading. And if you guys do want to spend some more time with me, I will be jumping into our weekly Monday night tea sesh with friends right after this. That will be at 5 Pacific, which is in 3 minutes. But don't worry, I'll finish the stream before I head over there. Alright, so this is the article we'll be looking at today. I do not want to share. Okay. This is coming from the Washington Post. Independent restaurants lobbied hard for targeted economic relief. Now they're finally getting it. Oh, good news. Let me just arrange this so that it will look easier to read. Bitcoin, you tired, boy? Alright. While many Americans were enjoying the first Saturday of March, Tom Colicchio was on a Zoom call with about 30 members of the Independent Restaurant Coalition. They were watching the Senate vote on the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. So that was the recent bill that was passed and signed that involved the stimulus. It's a $1.9 trillion package to provide economic relief for millions of Americans and individuals, including the alien restaurant industry. Shortly after noon, senators passed the bill along party lines, leading to President Biden's signature on the rescue plan days later, and finally giving independent restaurants the targeted relief that they wanted, to the tune of $28.6 billion. So $28.6 billion of the $1.9 trillion is specifically for the hospitality industry. For the Independent Restaurant Coalition, which formed as the pandemic was just sinking its teeth into the U.S. economy, the vote capped a grueling year-long effort to seek direct grants for a hospitality industry that in the past 12 months has shed 2 million jobs. The loss an estimated $240 billion in revenue and seen 110,000 establishments close. 110,000 businesses have closed. The cheers went up when the Senate bill passed the bill, and Colicchio, the chef, restaurateur, and founder of Crafted Hospitality, a restaurant group based in New York City, there are so many independent restaurants that are going to get a lifeline and stay open, and that will be great for the economy for employment. And we have yet to see if this result will come from the stimulus, but we'll see. When its founding members first started talking in mid-March of last year, the IRC seemed in some ways a redundant effort. A fair number of independent restaurateurs already belonged to state restaurant associations that are in turn connected to the National Restaurant Association. And the 100-year-old organization said it advocates for every kind of operator, independent chain and franchisees. But there have long been tensions between the NRA and independent restaurateurs who say, whether right or wrong, the national organization cares more for the major players in the industry, not the little guys. Do you trust big tobacco? Chef and restaurateur David Chang texted me early in the pandemic. It was a question posed as criticism. Hey, Love Tour, how you doing? Cheers to you. Happy Monday. Oh, look at us. Look at me and Tom hanging out over here. Bitcoin, you like this guy? You like this guy? Is he being nice to you? Even before states and cities started to clamp down on indoor dining last March, small operators had an early street-level glimpse of the future: empty dining rooms, dwindling revenue, mounting debts, laid-off workers, and eventually closures. The early predictions were ugly. Colicchio suggested a year ago that 75% of restaurants in the United States would be history without government intervention. And I remember sharing that interview with you all last year. With restaurants, particularly among mom and pop operations with no access to bank loans or investment capital. Survival instincts kicked in among independent restaurateurs. There was a sense among many that they couldn't sit around and watch their investments in their businesses just shrivel up and die. They wanted to play a role in their survival. With no dues to pay and with only a 20-member advisory board and consultants providing direction, the RC provided an immediate way for many to step up and become their own advocates during what will probably be the worst period of their business's life. It was very empowering, and for me, one of the most important things that happened this year, said Sue Bett, owner of Bluebird Barbecue in Burlington, Vermont. I felt like I had a role to play and I could do something. I could serve our industry and be part of a team that makes change in a real grassroots way. Like countless other members of the IRC, Bett conducted a lot of outreach and made calls to political offices A year ago, she co-founded the Vermont Independent Restaurants, a coalition with more than 180 restaurants and bar owners who advocate for their industry in the Green Mountain State. I really started to understand that we're really built into our communities in a way that no other business is. The RSC did not work on targeted restaurant relief alone. The NRA had also been working on an issue from the beginning. On March 18th, the NRA sent a letter to the White House and leaders of Congress urging the Treasury Department to create a $145 billion restaurant relief fund. So they asked for 145, and what they got was 28.6. So is it going to be enough? I don't know. So, I found this other article. This says a restaurant revitalization fund, amazing step, but work remains. So I thought it was kind of good, rather than just reading the celebratory things about this, kind of looking at what some of the skepticism maybe, or the additional things that we still need to do. Like, even though this is a partial win for the industry, there's still more relief. Okay, so I'm not going to read this whole article, but so they anticipated a plunge of $225 billion over the next 3 years, with 5 to 7 million jobs gone. Also, an immediate economic impact of $675 billion, given every dollar spent in restaurant generates an additional $2 elsewhere in the national economy. All right, Love Tour. Yeah, you put a nice opinion out there. That's great. I'll read it. Love Tour says USA is capitalist, should be no funds assistance for the weaker business. So how would we calculate that? I understand your sentiment. It just seems kind of difficult to understand how to calculate that. Like, what are the weaker businesses? And you're absolutely right. If USA is truly a capitalistic society, thank you for that. If the USA is a purely capitalistic society, and we should act as such, how do we reconcile that? Aid in general, this stimulus in general, right? So they tried to prioritize stimulus to the ones most needy of it, right? That they did that with the payroll protection, as well as several other stimulus programs, including the individual stimulus programs, which were only distributed to like lower income individuals because they were the most needy of it. And so what you're saying is that stimulus should only be given to the stronger businesses. I feel like if you're going to make that statement, which I totally understand, and I can get behind that, then there shouldn't be any stimulus at all. None. So no one should get it, right? Okay, so I get your sentiment. Yeah, I'm there. I think there's certainly other infrastructures and support the government should be providing, but yeah, not money. I don't know when the government got into the business of stimulating things financially. But it's kind of strange how when you read the tone of these articles, and I've been reading these articles all year long, especially from the Independent Restaurants Coalition. There's almost like this sense of entitlement, and I think that sense I think that sentiment is not cultural. I just believe that since stimulus is being talked about and being distributed, the restaurant industry felt like they're entitled to it and also to, a good portion of it. Because they do employ a lot of people, the restaurant industry. Now, if that employment is good or not, is dignified or not, I mean, that's the purpose of these conversations that we have here. Now, the real question is, does Bitcoin deserve a stimulus? Do you deserve a stimulus, Bitcoin? Why don't you ask them? Ask them. Look over there. Tell them. Tell them that you deserve a stimulus. Tell them. You can lobby your case. So yeah, here's that letter again. They had originally asked for $145 billion. And to put aside an additional $35 billion for community development block grants. So that's interesting because that's that's pretty much the amount that was assigned in this most recent package for the restaurant industry. Between then, which was a year ago, and January 2021, restaurant and food service sales ended up $225 billion down from projections. Yeah. I mean, we're just putting, like, by doing stimulus, especially government supported stimulus, you're just pushing off the debt and you're pushing off the issue somewhere else, which does, kind of defeat the thing. The sector closed the calendar with 2.5 million fewer jobs. 1 in 6, or roughly 110,000 establishments were closed. Also, it's only 1 in 6, but I think that the real closures that we're gonna see, we haven't even started to see them yet. And then I don't understand your last statement, Love Tour. I'm sorry about that. If you can. Oh, if they don't solve government will trouble. Yeah. But I mean, it does seem as if COVID is coming. The resolution, and new businesses will be formed. I think that business is going to be booming even more. A lot of entrepreneurship has been budding during this time. It'll be fragmented, distributed, running on crypto. That's an exciting thing to think about. Hi, Heather. How you doing? The Independent Restaurant Coalition estimated the industry was more than $219 billion short and shed nearly 50%, or 5.9 million, of jobs between February and April. Somewhere around 4.5 million of those belonging to independent restaurants. So yeah, the majority of the hospitality jobs were lost not through big chains or big franchises, but through independent businesses. Oh, you're talking about outdoor dining, Love Tour? Where are you, Love Tour? Where are you based? $28.6 billion. So here's what's available. Eligible businesses can receive a tax-free federal grant equal to the amount of its pandemic-related revenue loss, which is calculated by subtracting 2020 gross receipts from 2019 gross receipts. It's funny, this article. Oh, you're in Iceland. Okay, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry about that. I want to go to Iceland. I'm just going to do a quick little check about... it seems like the pandemic didn't affect you guys as as much as here. You know, being an isolated landmass helps with that. If the restaurant was not in operation for the entirety of 2019, the total is the difference between 12 times the average monthly gross receipts from 2019 and the average monthly gross receipts in 2020. If the business was not in operation until 2020, it can receive a grant equal to the amount of eligible expenses subtracted by its gross receipts received. Yeah, they keep saying recipe instead of receipts, and it's so funny because on Friday's stream, we had a friend in from Portugal hanging out with us, talking with us, and he kept saying recipes. Yeah, you guys were able to control your lockdown. We couldn't, you know, travel and business and all these things are such like a big part of the American identity. Freedom. Yeah, we couldn't lock down anybody. On Bitcoin, we tried to. We tried to lock them all up, didn't we? Nope, couldn't do it. If the restaurant was not in operation as the application date, but it was made eligible expenses, the grant would be made equal to those expenses. Pandemic-related revenue losses for businesses are reduced by any amounts from PPP first draw and second draw loans of 2020 and 2021. The SBA can adjust awards based on demand and relative local cost in the market where restaurant revitalization fund businesses operate. Otherwise, $23.6 billion is available from the SBA to award in an equitable manner to businesses of different sizes based on annual gross receipts. $5 billion is available for restaurants with gross receipts of $50,000 or less during 2019. And this is targeted towards independent entities. Maximum. The total grant amount for an eligible business and any affiliated businesses is capped at $10 million and is limited to $5 million per physical location of the business. Wow, $10 million Bitcoin. We could do a lot with that, huh, boy? The program will, for a 21-day period out of the gate, prioritize awarding grants for small businesses owned and controlled by women, veterans, or socially and economically disadvantaged operators. This is an effort to include and push forward some of the same parties that fell through by the PPP in its initial go-around. You guys are having a little bit of a breakdown because you have tours coming in. That's too bad. I hope you stay safe. Love tour. Perhaps the biggest change from the PPP concerns eligible expenses. Restaurants can use funds on payroll, principal or interest on mortgage obligations, rent, utilities, maintenance, including construction to accommodate outdoor seating, supplies such as protective equipment and cleaning materials, normal food and beverage inventory, certain covered supplier costs, operational expenses, paid sick leave, and any other expenses that the SBA determines to be essential to maintaining operation. To receive a grant, you must own or operate 20 or fewer establishments together with an affiliated businesses, regardless of ownership type of the locations or where those locations do business under the same or multiple names as of March 13, 2020. The wording is critical, Kennedy says. The association fought to open this in recent months as the Restaurants Act, first proposed by thousands of IRC supporters in April 2020. The act that came out of the House, he says, only picked winners and losers. That's not fair, and that's not fair for the franchise models, he says. The IRC, which said it spent more than 100,000 emails to congressional offices over the months, was initially in favor of the House version of the $120 billion grant proposal, while in the association, as Kennedy notes, supported the Senate's more neutral take. The sides have been talking since May. Now, under the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, if you own 20 or fewer restaurants, you're in. That's the line. It says if you're a suffering restaurant, you deserve equal access to federal relief as any other model. With that said, eligible entities include a restaurant, food stand, food truck, food cart, caterer, saloon, inn, tavern, bar, lounge, brew pub, tasting room, tap room, licensed facility or premise of a beverage alcohol producer where the public may taste, sample, or purchase products, or any other similar place of business in which the public or patrons assemble for the primary purpose of being served food or drink. These businesses can apply using their existing business identifiers, as the SBA will avoid imposing additional burdens on applications. One thing to point out, publicly traded companies are ineligible. Restaurants must submit a good faith certificate when applying that uncertainty of certain economic conditions make necessary the grant requests to support the ongoing operation. The entity has not applied for nor received a shuttered venue operators grant, and the grants are not taxed like income, and all normal federal tax deductions are protected. So there we go. There we go. Hey, Mike. Yeah, this is it, Michael. You should go get your cheddar. Go get your cheddar. Go get your government cheese. When you apply, Michael, I think it's good if you wear a dress, because they are prioritizing business owners, female business owners. So I don't know if that'll change anything, you wearing a dress or not wearing a dress, but hey, Sam. Save Jeremy's T-hose. Well, I mean, so here's the thing. I don't know if Jeremy's T-hose can be saved because, as it says here, let's see, you have had to have been in business already. And it says here, though, if the restaurant was not yet in operation, my overhead cam poking in. That's funny. There we go. If the restaurant was not yet in operation as the application date, but it has made eligible expenses, the grant would be made equal to those expenses. So I guess Jeremy could expense some of his T-hose, and then this is financial advice coming straight from Bitcoin. Oh, Love Tour, you don't like alcohol? Or just certain alcohol? Is just certain alcohol destructive, or do you believe that all alcohol is destructive? Oh, thanks, Sam. Yeah, we made it home safely. We really did. We really did. We ended up not driving down the coast. We just came straight home. Yeah, Bitcoin's still tired from the long journey. Hey, so we have some Bitcoin friends here. Does Bitcoin deserve a treat? Let me know. He asked earlier, and no one in chat granted him the treat. So if you want to see, and you guys just keep getting dumped on. That's why I made, my set the snowfields, because there's still snow pounding down everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Also, you like beer. I like beer too. But you think like destructive health-wise or like social? Let me know, Love Tour. Let me know. Hey, Sam, I was going to head over to the tea room. I'm wondering if that's the reason why you came by. Let me go see who's there. Yeah, I just wanted to go over that article real quick. Oh, this is interesting. Utopia looks different. It's like every time I come here, Utopia's looking different. Maybe there's only one person here. Yeah, I think there's only one person. But I'll come visit with you, Sam. I'll come visit. Oh yeah, it's you, Sam. You're alone. I'll come visit with you. I can hang out for like half an hour, and then I got another meeting I gotta attend to. Nobody's in the tea room. That was the health reason. Yeah, that's good. Did you know, like, the one thing about alcohol that no one really knows about or thinks about is that there's a compound in it. All forms of alcohol, it doesn't matter what kind, but it causes your body to store additional, more than what it usually would. It would store more fat in your belly. Like, your body, when it's processing and metabolizing food, it will like move it to all different parts of your body, and so your fat storage, if you overconsume and don't utilize that energy right away, it will send that somewhere in your body to go be stored as fat. But if you drink alcohol, it will like prioritize sending it to your belly. So yeah, you got a flat belly. That's why. Bitcoin's got a flat belly too. He says, I wish I could have more treats. I wish I could have more treats. Oh, hey. Oh, they followed me on Friday. My main man, that's funny. Does Bitcoin deserve a treat, guys? Let me know. If not, Bitcoin's going to starve today. You want to starve today? No. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Very reactive. You don't like it when I'm mocking you? Yeah, alcohol has lots of, there's lots of things, but then there's also a lot of positives to it too, and so it depends on what you're consuming it as. If you are consuming it as a way to deal with conflict or deal with negative emotions, as a lot of people do, like there's a lot of negative psychological effects that an alcohol habit can have, in addition to those health effects that you're talking about, like dependencies and affecting your relationships. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, he's a cuddle boy today. Doctors say a bottle or two of red wine a day is good for blood pressure. I've only heard that to be a cup. A cup. Not a bottle, Sam. Or 2 bottles. That's funny. Yeah, I've heard a cup of red wine. At most 2 cups. Beyond that. Oh, that information is old, outdated information. That information was released to the public when the Wine Trade Association had all of its influence and power. And then also, I think the healthy compounds in wine that are supposed to help with blood pressure are things that we can find commonly in other whole foods as well. So yeah, I really think that was just kind of like a medical advice that was used to support the wine industry or to support wine lovers. Yeah, let's get the Tea Trade Association of Influence and Power, please. Yeah, unfortunately, there is a tea association, and I've been trying to get in with them, but they're on different pages. But I do like that one. A bowl of matcha a day gives you superpowers. Yep. We'll get all the doctors. We'll get all the doctors saying that. It wouldn't be a stretch, on Bitcoin. It wouldn't be a stretch. It wouldn't be a stretch, huh, boy? All right. I think Bitcoin deserves his treat. And then I'm going to sign out. You guys want to see Bitcoin enjoy his treats? I know you do. Everybody loves seeing that. All Bitcoin. All buddy boy. Look. Show them your ASMR. Come on, turn your whole body. You gotta turn your whole body. Turn. Okay, there you go. Oh, Bitcoin. He loves it. He loves it. Did you guys see our Bitcoin emotes yet? They're cute. They're cute. So cute. Alright, so Michael's not... I was going to go raid Mike, but he's not streaming anymore. Ooh, an oil painting of a kitty? Let's see how her oil painting looks.
What's for dinner?
Oh, it looks pretty. Okay, we'll go check out her oil painting and say hello. We're gonna go visit Squibble Design. She does all types of cool art. We've rated her before. Thanks. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that love tour, that's the reason why people create such a lifestyle around drinking alcohol, because they want to preserve themselves in their young age. Alright, let's go see Squibble. Oil painting, and speaking of oil painting, we will be having our tea and art party tomorrow night. So come back to the channel tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna have some special guests, some special, really special. Like they're so special that I don't even know what is gonna be done. I don't even know what they're bringing to the table. But I had a meeting with them yesterday, and they said, "Yeah, we're gonna come and we're gonna trip out your stream." And I said, okay, come do that, because that's our goal. Our goal on Tuesday nights is to trip you guys out. Yeah, we'll be back for tea talks. Oh, you know what? Let me give you guys the link to the tea house that I'll be going to right now if you want to come join the tea party. And then also on Thursdays at 5 Pacific, we meet there as well. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's go raid some oil painting, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Love you guys. Bitcoin loves you. We all love you. Let's go raid. Give them tea love. Give them all the tea love.